Welcome, my beautiful souls. Today we are going to do a reading for Libra. This is, we're literally, well, I was going to say we're asking one question. How will your money be this year? Your career, your epiphanies, will you put them into action? This is going to be, by the way, for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising. Some of you certainly have planets in the sign of Libra. Some of you are intuitively guided. Welcome and thank you for paying attention to your intuition. Um, I feel like those signs come from your spirit guides. And I read through our spirit guides. My guides connect to your guides. And I feel like we're all one big soul family anyway. Honestly, when I do a reading, I feel like you're all right here with me. So anyways, we are asking about love. No, we're not. We're asking about money. So funny I just said that because like I have a hard time not turning a reading into love. But if it shows, we will talk about it. I just did your opposite and theirs turned to love and money, but it definitely turned to love. Let me tell you what I'm picking up for you, Libra. I feel like March and April are going to be two of your luckiest months. You know, things should really flow. I feel like March is a great time to work on partnerships. I feel like existing relationships will only get tighter, deeper. Um, but that could also mean that there may be some new people introduced into your life. And then as your money goes, I feel like opportunities are going to find you. I feel like in existing businesses, like there's going to be promotions. I feel like for those who have their own business, like hang on to your hat. I really feel, which is strange how like excited I'm getting, but I really feel the abundance for you. So I'm excited to do your reading. Um, and yes, it's about money, but because your relationships are a big part of also March. And by the way, it's planetary action that's really in your favor. So I'd say take advantage of it. We do have the full moon on March 14th, total lunar eclipse in the sign of Virgo. Um, your neighbor, by the way, my nephew, Sean, who's on the 24th of September. He's a Libra, but he's right on that cusp of Virgo. I also give my shout outs. Shout out to my granddaughter, Lily, who's on the 14th, and Sean's mom, Tracy, which many of you have heard me speak about many times because I feel like she is a big part of our readings. She crossed in 2015. Um, I was lucky enough to be there with her. You know, it's funny. For some reason, I'm just thinking like the people who've passed in my family. Like I was blessed to be able to be with them. Not all of them, but anyways, I don't know why I'm going there. So anyways, but I do think she's a big guide. Her name is Tracy, by the way, and it's Sean's mom. Um, What else do I want to say? Oh, just real quick. I did start a membership program. Many of you have probably seen my podcast, Beyond the Veil Psychic Readings. And that's where I'm just picking up on, like, I'm not using any tool, like any cards. I'm just connecting to the guides and answering questions. So my last couple podcasts have been answering viewers' questions. I do have to put an end to that because I'm like, I have so many questions I still have to get through. But that's what made me think about doing a membership program where we will go live and you can really ask me anything you want. I don't really put much of a limit on it, to be honest. You know, medical, maybe a little bit, but, um, and I used to have a membership program where we went live and we all became so close. and then my channel got hacked, and it's like I had to start over. But anyway, so just want to let you know that, and you can just hit the join button right below the video. It doesn't commit you, it just shows you, what it includes. So also special videos for members only. So, you know, I have that. But other than that, I say, let's get into your reading, Libra. Like, I'm holding the Moldite, which is 15 million years old. Really meant to open up your intuition, and I have been putting it to the test. Um, right now, it's definitely passing. So, anyways, we're going to use three different decks. We're going to use Mother Mary for her beautiful words of wisdom. Whispering words of wisdom, let it be. We're going to use the Gilded Tarot to clarify and go deeper. And for your main spread, which is not really a deck I use for money, but I was definitely called to it. So the Psychic Tarot for your main spread. All right, let's go ahead and give this a shuffle. By the way, for anyone who's new, my decks are always pre-shuffled. This is where I receive that information. It's like when I'm just meditating, when I shuffle, it puts me in this meditative state, and it just opens me up to receive. So that's why some people like have me on a clock, like the reading starts when she starts the tarot, when she starts using the tarot. But I have to be honest, I feel like the reading starts the minute I hit play. Because of some of the energy I pick up beforehand. Okay. Interesting. Your counterpart, who I just did, got father, and you got mother. I open my heart to my mother's humanness and her divinity. Mother. I open my heart to my mother's humanness and her divinity. I have to tell you, all of a sudden, I feel like my mom is here. Like I feel it. And to me, that means that there's many mothers here. Um, but I felt like this warm hug. So, and I feel like when my guide shows, that means your guides are also here. So I do feel like we have some mothers who are going to help guide us. And absolutely, I will accept that. We have be strong. I pull myself up and do what needs to be done. If there was ever a time to do it, it's now. Because I'm telling you, these next 2 months, it doesn't mean the rest of the year isn't going to be happy in that. But if you think of it like, okay, so March and April can be very good for me. Like I can really build abundance. I can really, solidify a relationship. It to me is just the beginning. Just the beginning. So, mother, and be strong. Be strong. You're strong anyways. I feel like it's talking more about just doing whatever you feel like you need to do. There may be some I get the feeling like some have been laying like groundwork for something. And this may be the time. Let's say you have a business or you want to start a business. This may be the perfect time. Even with the craziness of the world, I still feel that for you. Um, okay. I was going to say something, but I'm not going to. Well, hello, triumphant success as your first card. This is the Ace of Swords. Triumphant success. Just gonna talk about using your voice, your words, how you communicate. Maybe some of you, that's what you do, or you're about to do for a living. Use your voice. When I see the Ace of Swords, I automatically feel, first of all, it is my yes card, but I automatically feel our spiritual team asking us to trust within our voice. Okay. We have transformation. This is the death card of Scorpio. It is, usually it means closing of certain doors, but it is a promise of a new door opening. Feels like transformation has taken place in your life. It's interesting because I feel like this is more of an energetic type energy than talking about anybody in particular. I feel like it's just saying, um, you know, I have this old cheer that's coming to my mind. You got the ball now, put it to use. You got the ball now, put it to use. All right, she's looking this way though, so let's follow her. Or let's follow the energy. Um, and I just want to add that I feel like in the death card, this transformation, I definitely feel it's almost like a mother's voice coming through, a mother's guidance coming through. But I feel like you're hearing it. You may not hear it, but you recognize it. It's like you just know it's from your mom. I'm saying mom, but it can be like a mother figure, big sister. Um, Funny, I just said that. My big sister is Tracy, who is a Libra, who is one of our main guides. Um, but it can be grandma, mom, definitely someone who cares about you. And I definitely feel that you lived life together in this lifetime. Okay, let's keep going. We have the Four of Swords, rest and rejuvenation. And then we have the Six of Swords. So interesting. We have three swords and one cup. So you have the Six of Swords mirroring the Ace of Swords. Six of Swords, it lets us know what you're healing from, first of all. And I feel like some of you may have already been in this energy, like healing old energy. Doesn't mean like someone is completely healed, but I do feel like it's saying it's go time. When you see the Six of Swords, you got to look back one card and understand what you're moving on from. You're moving on from toxicity. You're moving on from energy that, in some way has held you back. Sometimes it can be our own thought system, but it can be like thoughts that other people have placed in our heads that really don't have a place. You know what I mean? Um, this can be temporarily difficult energy. But if you can just look at the image, this person is like looking at the light. What's he holding? I don't know what he's holding. I don't know if it's a compass, but he looks like he's ready to go on this adventure. He's ready. And he's got this beautiful energy of the Ace of Swords behind him. I feel like the Death card is saying, for those who've been in a healing period, trying to understand your past, letting go, forgiving where you can, Um, I feel like you've been doing a great job at that, but now it does feel like it's action time. Some of you, I feel like this is also saying one of the best places that you can really connect with your loved ones is in nature. I feel like I'm going on a walk and I'm on this trail and it's just me and nature. And I take a break. I just take a break. And as I take this break, I start receiving these downloads, you know, would feel like epiphanies, like giving me direction. Hmm. Now, I don't feel like you have to be out in nature to receive these downloads, but I do feel like you do need, a quiet mind, let's say. All right. Beautiful. We have the wheel right under triumphant success. Now we have destiny. So, definitely something that you were meant to do. Doesn't mean it doesn't guarantee us that we're going to do it. I feel like this is like a soul's calling, doing something that the soul really wanted to do in this lifetime. And then, Seven of Swords. Well, coming under the Death card. So, Seven of Swords, tells you right there deception, envy. Sometimes people will tell you that you can't be successful, but it's coming from envy, and it almost makes me feel a little sad for this person, or for this energy, because I don't know why I'm feeling this, but I feel like, if I could be like Libra, if I could carry that confidence, even if you don't feel confident inside, I feel like you're showing it. And I feel like let's just say someone around you is not crazy about this transformation you're going through. But I feel you know, like I feel you feel that you're meant to have this transformation. Again, March and April being really lucky months for you. And then we open up with triumph success that's connected to your destiny. I felt that this was a soul's journey even before destiny came out. 2 cups, soulmate. Hmm. Interesting because it is coming next to deception and envy. It's coming under rest and rejuvenation. Let's see what's beside it before I give it a bad rap. Ace of Cups. Just like your counterpart, I feel like love wants to be part of this picture. Love begins. Love begins. So, to me, that means who's ever was in this Seven of Swords energy, whoever is envious, let's just say, I don't feel like they are part of this next journey, and I don't feel like they're part of what the wheel is opening up for you. I feel like the soulmates and love beginning, that's the truth. Like, that's the truth. It does feel like, that you had to take some human action first and foremost. You just had to realize, um, what's holding you down, what's holding you back, who doesn't have your back, who would rather see you fail than succeed. And it doesn't even have to be one person. but something is telling me that you did deal with a lover who didn't have your back. By the way, this feels a little like a karmic soulmate. I feel like this is a soulmate outside of what I feel like this is also a soulmate, but this feels karmic. And what I mean by that is, sometimes we feel, oh, they're our soulmates, but then they give us all this resistance. Well, sometimes they're really there to teach you. And I feel like the number one lesson is what I don't want. I now know what I don't want. I now know what I do deserve and what I don't deserve, right? I had to come to that conclusion. So this could be someone who is just like cracking open your heart chakra, kind of getting you ready. And maybe, I have a feeling you don't know that or you didn't know that. But nonetheless, I do feel like that is one of the major reasons. Okay, let's keep going. We have the Three of Cups under your destiny, mirroring triumphant success. So rejoice in celebration. That is the energy of joy. And then look at this. Look at this one line, conflict and defeat. This one line, death card, transformation, closing of a door. I feel like the majority of you have closed the door, and it was more about taking that time to allow yourselves to heal, to overcome. Um, and I feel like it's important to learn also not to close down your heart because you dealt with this type of energy. Again, maybe look at it if you can in a different light. Like, all right, maybe really what their job was to teach me what I don't want, so that what I do want can then enter. There's just something here that definitely feels like needs to be like in the last chapter in this wheel. First of all, your destiny is mirroring this Ace of Cups. Ace of Cup. Ace of Cup. Doesn't sound right. Ace of Cups. I have a feeling some of you are heading towards love and you may not even know it. And even for those in an existing relationship, I kind of love the Four of Swords above this spiritual union, the soulmates. Because if we're in an existing relationship, and this is something, listen, I don't feel like deception and envy is part of that, because I feel like that would be very hard to heal. And I feel like this is really lower, the Seven of Swords, lower vibrational energy, where I see you transforming into higher and higher vibrations. So those of lower vibrations, naturally, the universe wants them to fade away. The human part of us sometimes pulls them back in. And I feel like sometimes it can be like, well, I'd rather have someone than no one. Yet, is that really your truth? All right. I feel like if we just knock this whole line out of the board, wow. We have partnerships and alliances under this spiritual union. This is the Three of Pentacles. This could be the perfect person also to collaborate with. 2 3s here, 33. And then we get the Seven of Pentacles. Well, much like the wheel, it feels like, again, your soul seeds of intention come to fruition. It's really hard to tell it in this image, but usually you'll see a tree that's full of pentacles. And the Seven of Pentacles' first message is patience. And that is so that each of these seeds can come, can be ripe. That's why I often compare it to an apple tree. Not all the apples are going to be ripe at the same time, but when one is ripe, it's time to pick it. Well, you've two aces. So I have a feeling you have two apples that are coming ripe. Seven of Pentacles, I also feel much like the wheel. It's something that was meant to be. Again, this kind of signifies what I was saying earlier, where I feel like, okay, let's look at it this way. Before we come into this lifetime, this is what my guides have taught me. There are certain seeds that we can plant. And maybe one of them is to really find this true soulmate, the one that you're meant to love, let's say forever. Where here, it feels like even though this is really difficult energy, again, if I look at it in a different way, it really did teach me what I don't want. And so I feel like these seeds, that's the soul's adventure. Like, can we find each other? Because we are born with amnesia, at least the majority of us. So it's like, okay, so I'm born, I have no clue about this person, but it happens in the right time. And I also love this for, let's say you do fall in love. Chances are you are on the same vibration. Chances are you have the same goals, morals. Doesn't mean that you do exactly the same thing, but there does seem this opportunity to be able to at least collaborate. And that could just mean, someone that you feed ideas off of and you trust their opinion. Okay. And then look at this judgment. So this is your spiritual team. I like how it says truth. It's your truth. It's the real truth, not the fake truth. It's the real truth. So judgment is calling you to the present moment. And there's a reason. There is about to be a rebirth or an opportunity for a rebirth. Well, no wonder this is going to be such a good month. Not just this month, though. And again, if you're laying the groundwork, then this is just the beginning. But I love that your spiritual team just came out over the Seven of Pentacles. It's like they remember you planting these seeds. They're like, I feel like they're saying their job is to help you find your soul seeds of intention. They're helping to guide you. We have two energies to talk about: transformation and rebirth. But even this rebirth is coming under or over energy of what I feel like was meant to be. Doesn't guarantee us that it will be. There's free will. And even your spiritual team can't come in between you and your free will. But look at this. Love begins with the soulmate. But it's not just saying a soulmate, it's saying spiritual union. So this may be the person that you end up spending the rest of your life with. Okay. So we couldn't leave love out of the picture, but that's okay. But I don't feel like that's all your reading is talking about. So let's keep going. All right. So we have Tower on the bottom. Now, the good news, it's on the bottom. And you know what? This Ace of Swords, maybe it would never have happened without the Tower. So the Tower is some type of disruption in your life. Usually signifies there was a change. maybe I didn't ask for it, but maybe in a way I wished for it. She's wishing upon a star. And it may simply be because I have other goals. I have other dreams. Maybe you gave the tower to someone. I'm not feeling the heaviness of a tower. I feel like without the tower, would I ever move into what feels like success, love, truly what's meant to be, your destiny? You know, rejoice and celebration. Well, I feel like you're going to have two different reasons. All right, let's bring in the Gilded Tarot. And let's go over this. We'll start at the beginning, but we will read it as a whole. What I mean by that, by the way, is when I do a reading, to me, it's like I'm reading the story of your life, at least the next chapter of your life. That's how it reads to me, like a movie, a story, and you're the main character. Okay. We have the Six of Pentacles. That might be why I asked you, like, be careful, don't close down your heart. Due to someone else, right? Due to someone else that probably took up too much of your time and space anyway. This is really an empathetic and compassionate energy. This is the energy of like wanting to help the underdog, makes you feel good, and that's what you're about, Libra. You're about balance, you're about justice, you're about what's fair, and you do care for other people, right? It's not just about like what's fair and just in my life. I feel like you care about the world. This is the energy of give and take. A tower right before that. It could have been something that was like not equal, but that was then. This is now. And then look what follows that, the Eight of Pentacles. I just feel like someone didn't believe in your ideas. Someone didn't think that you could be successful, but they were wrong. And I don't feel like that's for everyone. But I do feel like for some of you, I had like this naysayer. And I do feel like they got to go. Um, I mean, that is up to you, of course. But I feel like if they don't go, doesn't mean you can't still have success. I just feel like they put a damper on it. And an eight is about a new beginning. So this is a money reading. So the Eight of Pentacles is great to see. This could be starting something new. The meaning of this card is not being afraid to go into something as the apprentice, knowing that one day you'll call yourself the master teacher. You will be the master teacher. You're going to master something. But it may just be the beginning. And I kind of love that empathy and compassion is part of it, and that may come through your voice. The Eight of Pentacles, if this person, well, they're focusing on their craft. And if they focus on that craft, then they move into the Nine of Pentacles, which is really successful self-employment. Doesn't have to be self-employment, but it is success. But you also have success right behind it. Not just success, but triumphant success. So I guess when I was feeling like this is going to be 2 good months back to back for you, I really mean it. We have Page of Pentacles, or I'm sorry, the Page of Cups. Coming over rest and rejuvenation, I feel like this is like the inner child. That's where we take a lot of negative comments, negative actions right in the inner child. This is really about learning to love yourself. Know that you are lovable. I don't care what anybody else told you. This, I feel like, is also then allowing yourself to take some chances, to be more in a playful type energy. Hello, world. Right over, moving on. The Six of Swords. So you're definitely making some decisions of what and who is coming along for this next chapter. And it makes sense that we'd see the world because we are moving into a new chapter. We're in the universal year 9, year of the hermit, but we're moving in 2026 into the year of the magician. This is the final year of a 9-year cycle. So, seriously, you want to think about who and what do I want to bring along for the ride in my next chapter? This is your next chapter. And the world to me is a very spiritual time. But when I say that, what I mean is I feel like you're listening and hearing your guides like never before. I really feel like someone is walking hand in hand with their spiritual team. Yeah, it doesn't have to mean you see him or that you even hear him, but you recognize the signs. Because that's the thing, Libra. You really are being guided. It makes sense the death card is here. And I love the world mirroring judgment, your spiritual team, also the Seven of Pentacles. So it does tell you that whatever is happening next was what your soul wanted. But I feel like I still feel like there's two things because the Ace of Cups is right underneath that. But then the Ace of Swords is mirroring it. So can we have great love and great money? Of course we can. Do we have to focus on that? Yes. Do we have to eliminate what is getting in our way? Well, I'll leave that up to you. But I kind of love the world and then destiny following it. I've been saying this a lot this month also when I'm doing the money readings. I feel like a lot of people, and maybe this is planetary, I'm not sure, but I feel like a lot of people are receiving some good karma. That means you've dealt with some bad karma. And that's what I did feel in the Seven of Swords. I did feel it was more of a karmic type energy. I don't want to put a whole lot of focus on that because I'm kind of excited for the present moving forward. Oh my gosh. The star, your hopes, your dreams, your wishes, right over your destiny. Connected also to the world. Three major arcanas in a row. You remember how I said that in the world's energy, I feel like you're walking hand in hand with your spiritual team? Well, I feel like your spiritual team is helping these dreams to come true. But I do feel like honestly, I feel like both of them are predestined. Do I know that? As do I know that? Probably not. Some of you do. It doesn't matter whether you know it or not. It's just believing that this really can come true. But don't forget about this one line. Honestly, I wish I could just pick it up and remove it from the reading, but this is real life. So, you know, not only do you have the star, which is your hopes, your dreams, your wishes, but you have a reason to celebrate down here. So these dreams are coming true. Judgment right over the Seven of Swords. Oh, it's like your spiritual team is pointing out what needs to go. Like, don't give it any excuses. Don't buy what they're selling. Trust in us, your spiritual team. This is no longer good for you. Look at what's waiting. Seven of Wands. Hmm. Anyway, I don't know why. I was just fixated on judgment. I feel like they're being so clear. Libra. Ten of Pentacles. I mean, success. This is the house of abundance. I love that it's coming over the Ace of Cups. To me, it signifies something that you really will love doing. You know that you'll have a passion for. Doesn't mean it won't be hard work, but it's work you're willing to do. And by the way, I don't feel like in the Ten of Pentacles you're alone. And it makes sense coming over the Ace of Cups. So someone's sharing in this good time with you. Star mirroring the Ten of Cups. The star over the wheel, the Ten of Cups over the Ten of Pentacles over the Ace of Cups. Wow. Okay. I feel like I just skipped over the Seven of Swords, but I'll tell you what I feel like the Seven of Swords is. Seven of Swords normally is standing your ground. It can be a defensive energy. I don't feel like this person's in any defensive type energy. I have to tell you what I feel it really is. I feel like it's you who has learned how to put out your own fires, and it's like now you helping others to be able to do the same. I feel like you had to defend certain actions in your life. But I feel like you were right. And I'm definitely feeling this as you helping others. And it's interesting because right below that we have partnerships and alliances. So again, I feel like there's going to be someone else also. Um, I feel like they see your worth. They see your worth. And I'm not talking money. I'm talking your heart, your soul, who you are, who you become, the things that you're accomplishing, and it all came out of that tower's energy. And I feel like this other person is like, wow, look at you. Where I feel like someone of the past was like, meh, look at you. you know, in a negative way. Another three, Three of Wands. This is the energy of optimism. This is doing exactly what Judgment is asking you to do. This is keeping your attention in the present moment. This is where they send their signs. This is releasing, you know, exactly how things must be. And instead, you're trusting in divine, knowing that divine is, well, these ships, they're coming in. And we know they're coming in because you're celebrating them. But it starts with an optimistic outlook, let's say. Like just believing. I mean, why wouldn't you have blessings out there? Again, I felt that energy of some good karma coming back to you. And then we have the Queen of Wands, Queen of Action. I feel like she's leaving. Now, okay, so this queen can be Aries, Leo, Sagittarius for some of you. I won't leave that off the table. But I'll tell you what, the first thing that came to my mind was this queen is out of here. It's interesting because, first of all, she's lighting a flame. It's almost symbolic to the universe. Maybe it is calling in a soulmate. But she is the queen of action. This queen moves according to her passions, her desires. She doesn't really let anybody else come in between. Like, I know what I want. And I love that she's mirroring the Eight of Pentacles. By the way, I feel like you, unless this queen is someone who just doesn't fit in your life anymore, I really feel it's you. And I feel like this, because especially with Judgment right there, like Judgment is like being very, very clear. What's got to go? Boom. The Seven of Swords. If, I mean, the decision is yours. But I feel like your spiritual team is so clear. So maybe for like just certain dreams to come true, the energy of that Seven of Swords just won't fit. It could be the energy like here in the Ten of Pentacles. I mean, you're abundant. You're making money. I even feel like you're loving what you do. And it is part of the world. So I don't feel like this is a one-time thing. That's probably why I felt like March and April are just the beginning. Just the beginning. If your wish is to have this abundance, then know that you can make it come true. If your wish is to have love, then know that that can come true also. But it does take you releasing the things that just maybe have you where you stop believing. Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. We see your potential. We know your potential. And those who don't spend a lot of time giving them the time of day. Because we, your spiritual team, we know your potential. Divine knows your potential. And now I feel like you know your potential. Six of Swords. Five of Swords. There's that Five of Swords. Page of Wands. My little risk taker. Could be younger energy of that Queen of Wands also, though. The Devil, card of Capricorn. Which is the reading I've been talking about, by the way. And then the Wheel again. So, first of all, the Page of Swords can certainly be the younger version of the Queen of Swords. But this Page of Swords is why am I saying Page of Swords? Page of Wands um, is touching the Three of Cups. So that rejoicing. And, this means that something's coming in for you. And I do feel like, you're either going to say yes or no to it. Again, how did I open your reading? You got the ball now, put it to use. So in my readings, the Page of Wands is someone who definitely will put it to use. I will take a chance. I feel like the Page of Wands is someone who has take chances, has taken risk. Not all of them had paid off, but this is someone, well, just what Mother Mary says, gets back up again, gets back up again. Some of you, I feel like there could be, um, what's the word I want to use? Like old passions, old desires, talents, like I feel like you possess a lot of what you would need to really be successful anyway. Bleh. It may be more of like, I don't know, like I also feel like you're great planners, but I feel like that may be what I feel could be lacking just a little bit. I don't know why I'm feeling that. The devil, if it's not a Capricorn for you, then it speaks of temptations. And remember how I said earlier, and by the way, Judgment looks like he's blown his trumpet right down at the devil. And the devil can certainly cast illusions, make you feel stuck when you're really not stuck, make you feel like there's no way out when there really is a way out. The light against the dark. Who's going to win? Well, that's up to you. But I feel like the light has every opportunity to win here. It's like having the devil on one shoulder, the angel on the other. Which one you're going to feed? Which one you're going to listen to? And I'm saying that because I do feel a lot of times, you know, maybe someone, again, I'm not really loving their energy at all, could certainly try to pull you back in. Do I think that whoever this is, they have a chance? I don't. Not if you, not if you really are, well, you're doing what judgment is asking you to do, the truth, like being completely honest with yourself. I love that we had the wheel here again because it's also touching the Seven of Pentacles. So I feel like as love is concerned, just love feels like it's just meant to happen. But I mean, holy abundance, holy love, and all of it is like predestined. I'm not going to say all of it because I do feel like, you do have to think about, like in the Eight of Pentacles, again, maybe it's something you're just beginning. It does take your focus. But I feel like your guides are so involved. I feel like mother figures, oh my gosh, like so involved. They may be more involved in your love life. And then what I want you to think about, like what guide would step forward as it relates to your money. Who do you know that has crossed over who was very good with money? Or maybe was not good with money and now they know that. No, no. Delete that last comment because I'm definitely like, I feel like Spirit God's like, no, that wasn't me. Okay. What do I want to look at? Oh my gosh, there's like so many goodies. There's so many goodies. Um, I'm gonna look at the star. I don't know why. But I do love that the star is coming over destiny. A card Aquarius also, by the way. I think I forgot to say that. We have the Page of Swords and the Knight of Wands. Page of Swords, Ace of Swords right above that. Page of Swords, I often feel the Page of Swords, it's probably your younger self. And I often feel like every page is learning, like this Page of Wands is learning to take chances, risks, and they do. They're not a fear based energy. Page of Cups, I feel like it's more of like the inner child um, type energy, the playfulness, the childlike energy. Page of Swords, I feel like is our communication. It really is our truth. But this could certainly talk about something that, again, you already have the talents, you already have the wisdom, and whatever else you need to know will come to you. Because that's what happens to the Eight of Pentacles. You don't need to know everything. That's what it tells you. Like, you don't need to know everything. You do have to be open to learning, but you will learn as you go and you will grow as you go. We know that because we're seeing the Ten of Pentacles. So the star, I feel like your voice again. And then that Knight of Wands, like rushing in. Some of you, it could be the energy feeling swept off your feet, but in the most beautiful of ways. Wow, Libra. I mean, goodbye yesterday. Yesterday, all my troubles were so far away. All right, what else do I want to look at? There's really nothing else I want to look at. So, what I'm going to do is go right across the middle and ask for any other messages that want to come out. There's our Nine of Pentacles. Beautiful. We have the Eight of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles, the Ten of Pentacles. Wow. Independent success. Even if I'm working for a company, this is telling you, um, well, it does take your focus. Like, we can't deny that. It does take your work. But again, it is success. And the person who's reaping the benefits of the success are you in the Nine of Pentacles. I mean, and look at that little birdie. It's like that little birdie is your spirit guides, just helping you. Like, I'm so thankful to see that, even though I already felt it. I think there's something written on that card. Hmm, I don't know. This is interesting. I just got this message that I feel, oh, beautiful, the Empress. Anyways, I just got this message that I feel like I feel like there's someone who's going to take because I feel like money's going to start rolling in. And I feel like there's someone who is going to take some of that money and I don't know, I feel like you're making your backyard like maybe it's a patio, but I feel like a backyard and you're kind of making it your oasis. Um, you know, I don't know. Like I was just gonna say it's not like you're putting a swimming pool in, but then I'm thinking I'm not gonna put any limit on what you're doing, but I see that. Like I have a vision of you doing that. Um, so it could be home improvements, making the home better, and I feel like the reason why I am improving the backyard, so to speak, is for enjoyment. It's like I'm adding a grill, I'm adding like an outdoor kitchen. Um, I can invite people over. Maybe you love to cook. Maybe you love to barbecue. I don't know. But I feel like really it's like home improvements. And then the beautiful Empress, the mother figure, the creative one. You know, the Empress is someone who, like the rest of us, is receiving epiphanies. But the Empress, she listens. I feel like the Empress is definitely someone who's lived a lot of life. And I'm not talking about someone who's old. I'm talking about someone who's lived the lives of like the Queen of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands, the Queen of Cups, and the Queen of Swords. And it does kind of feel like I feel like I said this quite a few times, but it feels like the building up to the Empress. Just a little side note. I feel some of you who may not have had the greatest relationship with your mom, you may be parents now, and I feel like now you're understanding certain things, or there's certain things that are a little difficult, and now it's helping you to understand, like, like, let me give you an example. Like my mother, she was very successful, um, but she wasn't very loving with us kids. And, that's just the way I remember it. However, she was raising four teenagers at the same time. And this was in the early to mid 70s. And let me tell you, we weren't great teenagers. Um, so I can certainly understand now my mother's position. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I didn't have to raise four teenagers, but she did. But anyways, so for some of you, I feel like that's just a little side note. But the Empress is really a very powerful figure. But she doesn't project that. Confidence, yes. Doesn't mean like I know everything I need to know. But do I feel like she is connected to her spiritual team? I certainly do. And I feel like she knows to listen. And she knows the perfect time to bring something out. Because remember, as the Empress, the mother figure, think of pregnancy. You want to carry that baby for 9 months. Um, at least that's what you hope, right? So that it's fully developed. And I'm saying that because I feel like that's what the Empress knows. She feels the right time to bring something to the world. But I have to tell you, I feel like this is your right time. I love the Nine of Pentacles next to the Empress. Some of you may be a single mom, single dad, but don't let that stop you, because I feel like, who knows, you could have been alone for a little while, but yet I feel like or let's say, because I feel like the Nine of Pentacles is yet to come, but I feel like it's right around the corner. And that Nine of Pentacles is going to move into the Ten of Pentacles. And again, I don't feel like you're alone in that Ten of Pentacles. And that Ace of Cups right underneath it definitely would also back that up. So, what an abundant reading, Libra. Um, what a spiritual reading. I hope you felt your spiritual team in this reading like I felt them. I swear, there's only one line in your reading, and that really is all of the past. And everything else is so abundant, so meant to be. Will you let it be? I don't know how you won't. I guess the main thing is, have you moved on? Have you had this transformation? Are you in a healing period? But can you continue to move forward as you continue to heal? Put those dreams, those wishes out there, and then be ready to take action because they're going to come back to you. I feel like some of these are dreams that you've already had, and this just feels like divine timing for you. Holy March, holy April, and again, spiritual union with the Ace of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles with the world. Do I feel like this is like just for March and April? I feel like it's for the rest of your life. I feel like it's for the rest of your life. And when you look at something like this and you understand like past energy of those who didn't believe in you, those who cheated on you, those who lied to you, as you evolve, it's easier and easier to cut that energy out because you just know that it's not going to help you moving forward. Matter of fact, it does the opposite. It just adds resistance where there doesn't need to be resistance. It feels like this tower was meant to close this line, and now I just have to let it stay closed. But of course, that is a personal choice. That is free will. But man, your spiritual team is like, boom. Like, you want to know what you need to cut out? Boom. Right over the Seven of Swords. All right. I'm going to let that be, guys. What a reading. What a reading. I felt excited from the very beginning of this reading. And I'm probably sound like it because I feel like I'm like talking too loud. Um, but that's because I feel this energy and I feel the potential, and I'm hoping and praying that you can too, because this is for you. All right, guys, I love you. Thank you. I'll see you next time at our table. What a reading, Libra. What a reading. Bye bye.